In today's silliness, we talk about stuff that ain't silly.
Ring the police.
We dream big, and we ask the question, is this a new segment? Now then, and welcome to the video. As ever, a big thank you to all you likers, watchers and subscribers, old and new. And we're especially grateful to you commenters. As always, I usually do this section where I ask if you've got any questions or suggestions for things we can do on the channel. And we had quite a serious question, which it's taken me a bit of time to think of how to respond to, really, because it's about violence on the towpath, in particular using knives. Now, we're all quite well aware it was a gentleman called, I think it was Clive Porter, who was tragically killed in April of 2021 on the towpath. It wasn't a knife crime, but it was still quite a shocking moment for many of us. So I haven't really a clue how to answer this, but I know a man who has. It's Glenn from A Life Full of Meaning. He's an ex-policeman himself, so let's listen to some of the advice he gives us. Now, the quality of this video isn't great because I don't know how to do that computer thing where it comes up on the screen and you do all that, so I had to record it on my phone. Glenn was talking on his phone, but he was in the middle of nowhere and he had really rubbish signal, so it's a bit wobbly and it's a bit pixely, but you can hear most of it. It's coming up now. Right, so basically this chappie has contacted me. He's called Dwayne, and he said, he's asked the question, if you had a run-in with someone on the canal and they threaten you with a knife, what should you do?
Yeah. Ring the police.
Straight away. It's just as simple as that, is it?
Straight away. It's as simple as that, mate. It's threatening behaviour. If he had did he have a knife? Did he see it?
I don't know. He's not actually gone into detail, but apparently he's from the question he's asked, I think he's had a run-in with someone.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's always two sides to a story, but no matter what, if someone feels like threatened, or I can't remember the two words that we used to use. It was because it doesn't have to be actually. You don't have to actually do anything. It's just a different category. You know, like it's like grievous bodily harm when you actually do something to somebody.
Yeah.
Like aggravated assault is when you do something. But when you threaten somebody, if you make anybody feel if someone threatens you like verbally, that's still an offence.
Yeah.
And if you feel threatened by that something may happen, then you're that's a 999 call. I mean, now it's not a 999 call because he didn't do it. But if he wants to follow it up, he definitely should be calling the police and telling them what happened. You know, they might send somebody out. To be fair, I don't know what they like around your way, but I mean, knife crime is is quite high up there on the in Northamptonshire, and I presume everywhere, to be honest with you, it's quite high up there on the spectrum of threats. You have to take it seriously. And the other thing is, if somebody, was it another boater?
I'm not entirely sure. He's not gone into detail, but it seems to happen a lot nowadays, you know. I mean, they had that chappie last year, was it Derek Cropper? I think he's an ex-policeman himself, and he got head injuries and he got beaten up, I think, and he ended up dying.
Was that the CRT bloke?
Yeah.
Oh, that was down in Aylesbury Arm, wasn't it? Yeah, yeah. He had a run-in with an Eastern European bloke that we'd actually spoken to a week before. No, actually, not a week before, 2 days before.
Yeah.
We actually broke down where that happened.
Right.
And the bloke that he had the run-in with was in front of us trying to fix his outboard engine.
Yeah.
Jim was, oh, this must be a spot. Yeah, joking, this must be the spot for breakdown because my fan belt snapped. And my mate went and got one. You know, where it happened. So, you know, and that wasn't a knife incident. That was just beaten up.
Yeah. I mean, when I look at it, I just think if you're in a situation where someone's being aggressive, you just got to get away from them as quick as you can.
Yeah, you have, but it is an offence. I mean, and even more so if they've got a knife. You know what I mean? It's like it's ring the police immediately. I mean, at that point, you should have run 999.
Yeah.
Without fail, it's a threat to life.
Yeah.
You know, if someone's going to get injured or there's a threat to someone getting injured, that's 999. Obviously, it's an incident that you might want to report, so the person who did it is on file for doing that sort of thing. He might already be on file for doing that sort of thing, so they might think, right, that's all we needed. We needed somebody else to complain about him. Let's go round, let's pick him up.
Yeah. Many thanks to Glenn there from A Life Full of Meaning. I hope his advice is very helpful to you all. And if you've got out to say, you've got any questions or even suggestions for things that we can get up to on the channel, why not stick them in the comment box wherever YouTube's put it this week, and I'll do my very best to get back to you. Well, this week we're also going to talk about Crick Boat Show. Yes, we spent Friday, Saturday and some of Sunday at the show with some of our old friends, and we even got to make some new ones too. But before we see all our old friends, let's talk about some of the new ones we made. As you know, I can talk the hind legs off a donkey, and the show, well, it gave me plenty of opportunity to do that. I must admit at first it was a bit weird talking to people who know you quite well and you've no idea who they are. It's a little bit strange being recognised. And I see that look on some of the famous YouTubers' faces as you're talking to them, as if, how do they know all this about me? You sort of forget that you put your life out there on the internet. Debbie, of course, as soon as she sees someone's, she buggers off in the other direction. She's not being, horrible or anything like that. She's just not very sociable. It was great to meet some of you. Some of you saw me from afar. I think Stella was one of those. It would have been nice to meet up with her, but alas, it's quite busy there, and sometimes if you take your eyes off someone, they disappear. But I have got a few mentions of people who I did manage to have a chat to. There's Ray and Sandra, Dave and Gail, Kevin Lynn, Andrea and Kevin, who are getting a new boat, Jeff and Mandy. Retired Dale, he looks well for it, and his lovely wife Dawn. And there was also Kat and Mike, and they have a book apparently, and it's called Canals, Canines and Curries. They have a lovely big old dog. He got a bit overexcited and had to be near enough carried home, poor thing. But it was a lovely thing. If you're watching this, guys, get in contact with me in the comments box if you can, and send me some information on where I can get that book from. I'd really like to buy a copy. And as we were walking around, we also saw a TikTok sensation, and that was Caroline from One Day More Aboard. Apparently just posted by accident on TikTok, just put something on, and became a sensation, a viral sensation. And finally, a special mention goes to Rob, who very kindly bought me a pint. I spent the rest of the weekend trying to find him to return the favour, but alas, it wasn't to be. So I have a pint, well, it's your pint, you know, inflation and postage and packaging. And I have the packaging here. So we'll just put the pint in and send it on its way to Rob. First class stamp should do that, shouldn't it? There you are, Rob. I hope you enjoy it. Now, Crick wouldn't be Crick without YouTube vloggers, and there was a stack of them there. Obviously the big uns were there, you know, the Foxes boys, they were wandering around. I did get to say hello, didn't really get to chat with them, but just a hello was nice enough. And Floating Our Boat was there, which I didn't get to see. I saw them from afar, but I didn't get to chat to them either. They were quite inundated with people, to be honest. And other people who we saw, who we actually know and are friends with, were there was Jan and Tony from Making New Memories. Now, they were at the boat vloggers meal in December, and that was the first time we've met them, and it was really nice to see them again. They're full of beans, them two, and quite a happy-go-lucky channel they have got. Although Tony likes crashing his boat quite a lot, so he doesn't like the wind. Anyway, other people, yeah, there was of course Gary, Captain Phillips. There was a sad day when unfortunately he lost Chip, which was really quite upsetting for a lot of people. Yeah, that's the trouble with having pets. You have to give them up at some time. It's not nice, but you know, he was there all the weekend and put on a brave face after Chip had gone, I must admit. But there, there's called Carol and Ian from Narrowboat Tales. Said hello to them, as well as Chris and Steve from A Life on Board Amy Joe, and they had a little Smudge there. He's a lovely little dog. I had a quick chat with them, which was nice. Alan and Jasmine from Narrowboat Ventures. We've always said that Alan's a lot shorter than we expected. We expected him to be a 6'8" type guy, you know, giant of a man. But no, he's the same height as me. Of course, Anthony and Paul from Narrowboat Life Unlocked were there, and we had a good giggle with those. Never Too Late, Maxine and Steve were there. They were actually moored in Crick Wharf, and we managed to get on their boat, which is a bonny boat. It's a lovely colour. The boating photographer Neil, now he doesn't post very often, but he will be. He says he is going to start doing now. He's had a busy year, so he's not been doing much, but he's got some lovely stuff on his channel. That's well worth a check out. And Julie and Mark were there from We're on the Move. They were sat with us. Didn't really get time to chat to them because, of course, everyone was talking to them. And we were on the same table with, obviously, Glenn and Lisa from A Life Full of Meaning. Of course, we can't forget our fellow campers, Dave and Louise from Narrowboat Changing Pace. What a giggle that was. Yeah, great weekend with those. Tim was there from Chugging Along on his stall. Sam was unfortunately under the weather, so she didn't make it. But Tim was there, and he was selling his Argy Bargy game, and we managed to get a rare unsigned copy. There'll be many hours where myself and Debbie will be playing that. So that was just a few. If I missed out anyone, I'm really sorry. I didn't catch everyone's name. I had to write it down actually on my Crick Boat Show book. I was scribbling on the front and I was crossing about as I was going along, but I thought I've missed some people out. So if I missed you out, get in the comments, give me a telling off, and I'll put you in the next video. Well, that's the admin done. Shall we have a gander round Crick? If you need to know where you're going, ask this man. It's a pointy screwdriver pencil. So here we have a site plan of the Crick show for 2022, and we begin just here at the show entrance there, and we flashed our wristbands and got to enter. There is a VIP tent here, which apparently I was told you have to sign up to the Waterways World magazine. So I didn't, so I never got to see whatever went on in there. There's also an information port and the medical and all that, and some toilets. There was quite a few toilets around them. They were very well kept, actually. Once you're in, you're on metal walkways, which they save your best going out work boots from all the muddy stuff that's going round. You follow that round and you'll go past all the tents and marquees with stalls, various stalls and boats, and even a crane in the corner there. Right in the middle there's the food court and the beer tent. There's quite a lot of ales. There's about 40 odd ales on, and ciders and gins and proseccos and all sorts. Really nice. Walking onto the quayside, that's where all the shiny new boats and engines and all sorts of stuff were kept. There's also an array of stalls that were selling their wares. Just on this section here, that's where the trip boat was, which took you out onto the water. I didn't get a chance to go on that, sadly. Anyway, let's crack on. There we are, the sign for Crick Boat Show. There's Debbie. We were waiting for Glenn and Lisa from A Life Full of Meaning, and Dave and Louise from Narrowboat, Changing Pace. And here's the campsite that we stopped on. And a nice one it was at that too. Morning, we're at Crick. Morning, love.
Morning.
Enjoy yourself. We're with Louise. And Dev's in bed, we can't show him, he's nude.
More because I'm in my nightwear.
Louise from Narrowboat, Changing Pace. She doesn't post videos enough.
Cheers, big heads.
Louise is on it early. Here's the car park, and it was quite busy even at that time in the morning. Lisa and Glenn are joining us today. Hi guys. Here's the food court. It was pretty rammed most of the time. This was the old fish and chip van, and it was a bonny looking thing at that. I don't think it run anymore. I think they had to tow it in, but still, lovely looking thing. As well as looking at boats in the water, there were also some on dry land. These two great big wide beams. Never got a chance to go in and have a look round, but I believe they were lovely inside. It's a thumping big boat, that, isn't it? And if you've got a thumping big boat, you're going to need something thumping big to pick it up. Here we are, we're just entering the quayside area of the show. This is the bit where they keep all the new boats, so you've got Eaton Moss Builders and Collingwood, I think it is, and all them ones. They're all dotted around in this area, showing off their brand spanking new boats. And this is the one that I decided that we should get. It was only around £500,000, and it's all electric apparently. Yes, excuse me a minute while I just rummage around the back of the couch for some loose change. Here's Kat and Mike, who turned up just as I had a mouthful of ice cream. Good to see you. And here we have a motley crew of undesirables, I mean YouTubers, that turned up, just a few of them anyway. Along with the beer, you could also try your hand at some other stuff. So this is the first number I did, and that's the second number I did, and that's my third number there. Now before you all rush off and do something far more important than watching this video, why don't we answer that question that we asked right at the beginning of this video? Is this a new segment?
So what's that for, love?
My star chart.
Yeah, but what's the star for?
They've done my maintenance for this week, so I guess.
You haven't washed the pots though, have you?
It's not maintenance, that. Well, I hope you enjoyed that new segment. And if you didn't, let me know. But I'll ignore you anyway, because I've recorded loads of them. Well, that's it. Crick done for 2022. We hope we can go next year, and we hope some of you can too. So this video is just about done. All that's left to do is to find out what's coming up next time. Here's a sneaky peek. Oh, shiny. What a busy old video this has been. Let's hope you don't have any unpleasantness to deal with on the towpath. And if you do, I hope our advice just gives you a little more confidence in how you deal with that situation. Crumbs, if you've made it this far, well, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy it, why not give it a thumbs up? Subscribe if you want to see more. And if you click that little bell icon, YouTube will mither you next time we release one. Well, that's just about everything on my list. I reckon we'll call it a draw for this one. Till next time.